You saw the title. Yes, some cars cross 500,000 miles without a meltdown. No magic, no risky mods, just 11 quiet habits almost no one follows. The average driver waits for problems. The 500K Club prevents them before they start. Stay with me. In the next minutes, I'll show you the specific rituals that stop heat, friction, and deposits from eating your engine alive, and why skipping even one can cut your car's life in half. If you want to trade a $500 payment for a $50 habit, this list is your map. Number 1, change engine oil. Early, not on time. Every mile, your engine sheds microscopic iron, lead, and aluminum. The filter misses the tiniest stuff, so the only real exit is a drain plug. How fast you dump it decides how much grinding continues. Your manual's 10,000-mile promise assumes steady highway heat. Used oil analysis in short trip or city cycles often shows thinning viscosity, fuel dilution, and rising acidity thousands of miles sooner. Heat shears polymer viscosity improvers. Detergents get consumed suspending soot, and silicon from dust sneaks in, pushing wear metals up. Direct injection and turbos add blow-by and fuel, spiking those reports. Number 2. Let the engine warm up before hard driving. Cold metal is tight metal. Clearances shrink, oil thickens, and the first minutes decide how much life you keep. Many drivers stab the throttle right after start while the ECU runs rich. That extra fuel slips past the rings, thins the oil, and accelerates wear when protection is weakest. Thermal expansion isn't uniform. Pistons grow faster than the cylinder walls, so cold revs can score the liners. Oil also needs time to reach the upper valve train. A quiet engine isn't a fully lubricated engine. Number 3, drive smoothly. No hard launches or panic braking. Smooth inputs aren't just polite. They cut the shock loads that hammer bearings, mounts, and brakes. Aggressive launches spike torque so fast the oil film can't hold, and that momentary metal-on-metal hit adds up. CV joints and clutches take the jolt too, which is why hard starts feel fast and age parts faster. Here's the mechanic's math. Jerk. The rate your acceleration changes multiplies stress. Slam the pedal. Stress cubes. Same with panic stops. All that kinetic energy becomes heat, and too much heat warps rotors and cooks pads, which leads to glazing and fade. Number 4. Keep coolant fresh and at the correct ratio. Coolant isn't green water. It's a chemical shield with a clock on it. When the inhibitors fade, corrosion starts small and spreads. Head gaskets weep, water pump seals groove, heater cores clog. Let it go long enough and the damage shows up as overheating you can't chase away. Here's what's happening. Cavitation eats metal with tiny vapor bubbles. Electrolysis pits parts when conductivity rises, and pH drifts into a zone that attacks aluminum. Mix OAT, HOAT, and IAT, and you can gel the system. A true 50-50 with distilled water sets the freeze and boil points, while the pressure cap raises the boiling margin and blocks steam pockets. Modern aluminum heads and EGR coolers suffer first. Number 5. Replace transmission fluid regularly. Transmissions fail quietly, until they don't. Fluid is the shield that keeps gears, clutches, and valves from grinding themselves into a rebuild. It lubricates, cools, and carries hydraulic pressure, but it ages with heat and time. Lifetime fluid sounds convenient, but heat shears viscosity and oxidizes ATF, while clutch dust and metal fines build up. Fluid life roughly halves for every 20 degrees Fahrenheit over normal, so towing, hot climates, and heavy traffic shorten service windows fast. Automatics, CVTs, and DCTs all need exact spec fluids to keep friction modifiers correct for clean shifts and stable temps. Number 6. Fix small leaks immediately. A damp spot today is a tow truck tomorrow. That sheen on the pan or the wet hose isn't cosmetic. It's a countdown. Small oil weeps, coolant seeps, and power steering drips grab dirt and turn it into abrasive paste that chews seals and hoses while levels quietly fall. Capillary action spreads fluid along harnesses and hoses, so a tiny leak contaminates a big area. Oil on belts makes them slip and shreds tensioners. Soaked bushings soften and split. $5 O-ring leaking onto an alternator can cook it from the inside. Number 7. Use high-quality filters. Oil, air, fuel. Filtration is your firewall between clean operation and sandpaper. Cheap filters fail where it counts. They bypass early, collapse under pressure spikes, or let abrasive grit circulate and score bearings and pistons. Go by numbers, not paint color. Media efficiency is about micron ratings and beta ratios. How many particles a filter actually traps at a steady flow. ISO 4548 and 5011 tests measure that, along with capacity. Premium or OEM filters use stronger cans, real anti-drain back valves to prevent dry starts, and higher burst strength. Poor air filters raise silicon and used oil reports, a direct sign of dirt ingestion. Number 8. Keep tires properly inflated at all times. Underinflation looks small, but it multiplies heat, load, and fuel burn everywhere. Even 5 pounds per square inch low raises rolling resistance, flexes sidewalls, and spikes tire temps. That drag makes the engine work harder and pulls brakes, bearings, and the transmission into extra work they didn't ask for. You'll see it on the tread. Edges scrub bald while the center stays tall. Stopping distances stretch, MPG drops, and hot sidewalls inch toward failure. TPMS helps, but it can lag on slow leaks and big temperature swings. Expect about 1 pound per square inch change for every 10 degrees Fahrenheit shift. So yesterday's fine turns into today's soft tire on a cold morning. NHTSA and DOE data tie low pressure to worse fuel economy and higher blowout risk. Number 9. Rotate tires on schedule. Your car doesn't load each tire equally. One corner pays unless you move the money around. Skip rotations and you invite cupping, feathering, and the droning noise that makes you think you need an alignment, plus early replacements that unbalance the chassis. Here's how wear actually lands. FWD burns through front shoulders from steering, braking, and drive torque. RWD chews rears under acceleration. Toe and camber angles carve distinct patterns, and when diameters drift apart, differentials and AWD couplers work over time. A WD is picky. Mismatched tread depths force constant slip, heat, and premature wear. Number 10. Avoid short trips when possible. The 5-minute errand is an engine's worst enemy. Short trips never get your oil hot enough to burn off moisture, so condensation collects in the crankcase. Fuel from rich cold starts dilutes the oil, thinning protection and feeding sludge. Meanwhile, acidic byproducts sit in a cool exhaust and corrode from the inside. Here's what stacks up fast. The PCV system needs heat and time to purge vapors, but short hops cut that process short. Used oil analyses on short-trip cars often show elevated fuel dilution. OEMs even advise combining errands to reduce these cycles. Your battery also pays. The alternator can't restore full state of charge in quick hops, so it works harder while the battery weakens. Number 11. Keep the fuel tank above 1/4 full. Your fuel pump swims in fuel for cooling. Drop the level and the pump runs hotter. The windings lose their heat sink, and life shortens fast. Low fuel also invites cavitation. Vapor bubbles form at the inlet, collapse violently, and pit the pump's internals. Run near empty and you stir settled sediment into the filter, clogging it early and choking flow. Modern DI systems stack pressure demands. Cornering or braking on fumes can uncover the pickup, gulp air, and cause hesitation or stalls. OEMs and pump makers warn against low fuel operation for these reasons. A near-empty tank also holds more humid air, driving condensation, corrosion, and ethanol phase separation over time.